So here it is, a brand new day. Well, it's nighttime, the early AM, 1 or 2 or something like that. But it's July 12th. It's a day shy of um when I lost my job last year, which was July 13th, 2020. Oh man. I usually lay in the living room with the kids watching TV or whatever, but I came in my room, got his bed, in this hot box. Um, got a slight headache on the right side of my head. I don't know what's going on, it's still on my nerves. Used to think it was mind renewal and things like that, but yeah, I don't know. Who knows? Could have been the ham I ate. It's the ham hot meat that I ate a little while ago. Oh Lord. I am feeling real sleepy. Real relaxed. Still, of course, think about a lot of things. When I lost that job last year, my daughter mentioned, I just feel like we're moving backwards. And I'm just like, meanwhile, I'm like, I feel like I'm moving forward because, of course, I'm already homeschooling y'all. Then I get to be back home with y'all anyway instead of leaving at 4 in the morning, which I had decent hours I was working, but leaving at 4 in the morning, going out there on that dangerous road, leaving y'all with no other parent, leaving you by yourself. So I felt like I was good. I had earned some money, I had some money or whatever. There was this payment made, a decent amount of money paid for child support in January of last year, like a $1,500 payment. So that's what I used to get to the job, whether I caught the bus or caught a Lyft or whatever, and to get home. Played with some of that money, just bought food and stuff like that, ordered Grubhub, whatever. And then, of course, next thing you know was taxes was coming. It was something. Oh, it was that was that check? I just seen a meme tonight when they was like, "Big T, what you say, Big T?" And they put on there trying to make Trump say, "Give him 2 more bands." So funny, but cause y'all be forgetting that Trump gave that stimulus check out last year, as opposed to Joe Biden doing it or whatever this year, which greatly appreciated on both ends. But anyway, uh, yeah, July 13th is that day or whatever. Since then, maybe even before then, yeah, probably before then, it's just been some superstition around the 13th of the month or whatever. One, of course, is always that date where that's somebody's birthday who's now deceased. That day anyway, somebody's birthday who's now deceased, and try to cause problems for me. It's always been a superstitious number. I actually woke up earlier this morning and seen something about it was on the TV show that I watch about 13, and I'm not a superstitious person. I don't care about black cats. I don't care about that. I don't care about 7 years bad luck. I just, I don't really believe in that type of stuff. My grandma, what she was that type of person, somewhat to a certain extent. There are some happenings that happen that I'll be like, oh, okay, well, I can write that off, that's connected to that, in some kind of way, but I really don't get wrapped up. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but I just don't. Black cats, splitting the pole, none of that stuff just really does it for me. Breaking a mirror. But, again, my daughter turned 13 at the end of last year. I was still 33. That happened where she got removed from here. And I found a screenshot that I'm going to put up where, I don't know, I really don't get wrapped up. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but I just don't. Black cats splitting the pole, none of that stuff just really does it for me. Breaking a mirror. You know, that happened where she got removed from here, and I found a screenshot that I'm going to put up where it shows a picture of her dad on Facebook. I don't know if that was his page, if he was operating it or whatever, but it was a picture of her dad, and there was just this caption with it, and that's part of what made me feel like, oh, I don't know about that or whatever. Because, I mean, you posting something like that, and then like 2 weeks later, somebody died dead. Whoever posted or operated on that page or whatever, I don't know. Anyway, it could have been somebody trying to set them up, make them, but. I don't know. I just have recently learned that when you calling somebody best friend, some people that call somebody best friend, they got it in on me. Personally, I was calling somebody my best friend, and I didn't have it in for this person. I had respect and love, and I wasn't trying to mess up anything with that person. I felt like I could be myself with that person, and we could discuss things, but that person didn't feel completely the same way. So. But yeah, this dude's calling this dude best friend, and that dude's gone now, another deceased person, and there's so much. Seen somewhere where there was a girl telling her story and telling what happened to her and things like that, and somebody was like, oh, she's telling too much. I know a lot of times in the black community, they live by the so-called no snitching rule and all that, and telling too much, but that's how we got in a bad condition anyway, covering stuff up, hiding stuff, letting other people blame somebody for something they didn't do, letting them lie on them, letting somebody else take the fall. Like, that stuff is not right. Like, when is there going to be accountability, responsibility, and all the abilities that you can put on the end of that? Like, when are we going to do better? Collectively, individually, all that good stuff. So yeah, I'm speaking about it, and I'm gonna put that. I do intend on putting that as my thumbnail. So, but yeah, I got a headache. Seen some pictures of my daughter tonight. Just nothing new, just old pictures or whatever. And just me and her when we first moved over here to this house, and it was just me and her. Gas heat wasn't even on yet. It was cold. I think I had a little portable heater. I just plugged it up and put it in one room, and then her slept in one room, stayed warm. So like I didn't really have no help like that then, and so then I had my sights set on somebody, and I thought that person was gonna come along and truly help me regarding my daughter, and then of course going forward the kids that we had, but yeah. Anyway, back to losing a job last year. I prefer to be at home. My kids, I was told that somebody else likes me to be at home and, with the children as opposed to anything else. But that person still basically just flipped the script, did what they wanted to, utilized me for what they wanted, and then went on. And, it is what it is. But the way that all happened, though, losing a job, this person called my job, referred to me as their ex, never had this conversation with me. When we were involved, would frequently say that I was single, that they were single. How, if you're always single, how can you even refer to somebody as your ex? So, it was just a bunch of game playing and BS and lying, all that manipulation and all that, whatever. But, called my job, told him that. But also, it was alleged that they told I don't really like to call nobody no ex, but the person that my daughter's father, if she gets a job, I will keep her. I had a job, and you called my job to basically get them to let me go. You know what I'm saying? So it was just so much mess with that. It was very messy. I didn't realize how messy it was. Sometimes you don't realize until you get out of it. Looking back, hindsight, I could see like, oh, goodness. I ain't really at the point of what was I thinking, but I'm just like, oh Lord, how did I make it through that? How did I stay sane dealing with a person like that? All I can say is thank you, God. Dealing with a person with ways like that and stuff like that or whatever. But called my job, told him that he would press charges against the company, basically for me showing up somewhere, which is understandable. You can hold a company accountable for what their employees are doing or whatever, but did all of that, but always be so quick to say you a snitch and all this, calling me a snitch and stuff like that. Don't want his cover blown or his stuff interfered with, but wants to interfere with other people's. And basically, again, it's just that control type of thing. And I don't like that. You in my business. Don't do that. And you be somewhere else, but you still be trying to be in my business and control and run stuff. Absolutely not. The devil is a lie. The devil be bound. Um, literally, literally, spiritually, metaphoric, all the ways that he needs to be bound. Definitely be destroyed, be annihilated. But yeah, did that, and then yeah, so they let me go or whatever, and and I just been kicking it out with the kids, whatever, and since then still be trying to do my little odds and ends and do what I can or whatever to make some kind of income. So if you do that and you get me to lose my job, I should be able to basically almost fully rely on you, right? To you really need to be a provider, but of course it didn't work like that. So you know what I was gonna do? My daughter felt a certain type of way. Oh, I feel like we're moving backwards. I didn't understand how my daughter could feel a certain type of way towards me as a woman losing a job when she's always known her dad not to have I'ma just be honest, a legit job. um, I don't know, stuff like that bothers me because it's like, how are you looking at me sideways, but you got a parent that's really supposed to be your provider, and that's not what's going on. How do you feel like you're moving backwards when I don't know? I can't say how it truly affected her. Only she could say that. But I tried to sit down and talk to her and ask, but I felt offended. I definitely felt offended by her saying that and feeling like that because it's like, what? So anyway, I didn't want to be on them dangerous roads like that. No way. That company did try to get over and try to they just try to use you for not much pay. And on this particular day, I had ended up going to the grocery store that morning before it all happened, before it was all said and done. I went to the grocery store anyway. I hadn't been drinking or anything because I was driving people around. But on this day, before all of this happened, I went and got me a pack of little not six pack, a 4-pack of my little peach Seagrams. Yeah, peach Bellini Seagrams. So good. And so it was almost like I want to say something in me. I know the real me, the spiritual me knew that okay, this is kind of spirit woman, the spirit man, the spirit woman, however you want to say it, knew that this was gonna occur, and I'm getting ready to kick back and relax. So get your little drinks or whatever. Get your drinks today, because guess what? Later on, you ain't gonna have to worry about driving these people around, and that's what I did. So I was good on it. It's just this other spiritual aspect of that number 13 is trying to show itself as unlucky and all this other stuff. I do pray while I'm speaking on unlucky. I pray that God flip it around, and of course, what the enemy meant for evil, God works for the good. But try to manifest as something unlucky and all that superstitious type stuff. Um, yeah, but it's coming up on the year, and of course, this ties into how the false charges and stuff got pressed on me. Well, the charges that was just not accurate, and people mixed a whole lot of, in this case, a whole lot of lies with just a little bit of the truth. They added the tinge of something that was true or sounded, that could sound, and fast forward to now, contribute to a whole lot of madness. What I feel like is madness, especially when a child gets removed from my house and I know that I'm not an unfit parent. I may be a parent that is feeling overwhelmed and have a lot on my plate, but unfit, no. To the point where I haven't seen my child in 6-7 months, comfortably. Yeah, now that right there, it just tried to throw me. So always, I trust God with results. I trust God, I don't try to repay evil for evil. I just trust God with results, and I'll leave it at that. But I just don't understand how somebody can call somebody else a snitch, and then they call their job, and then people call them. I mean, just so much. People are just a trip. They just, I don't know, man. It's fine to utilize the authorities and do stuff in a legal way, but make sure that it's really something getting done to you. Like it's not just your feelings. And I mean, there's a whole lot I could say about it, but I'm just like, I don't really think it's meant for me to talk too much about really this the one specific person associated with it, but maybe all parties or whatever that's been involved, but definitely one specific. I just don't want this person's name to keep coming out my mouth. I don't want I don't want to be connected. I don't want no parts, no dealings, or whatever. I definitely want to disconnect fully and completely. When I say fully and completely, it's like I never knew you, and when I think about me saying I never knew you, it's almost like the scripture, depart from me, you workers of iniquity. I never knew you. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like you trying to get up in here or whatever and portray that you're this good, decent person, but you're not. And the God in me sees through you or whatever, been seeing through you since you first, quote unquote, initiated reaching out to me or whatever. And so, that's why I stand on that. Like, and then I had already thought I overcame anyway, a situation that was similar to this. And I'm like, and I prayed to God similar and the same. Like, God, please disconnect me. Lord, if it was possible, we need to be on different planets to step in third, because I didn't sign up for that. I don't want that. But somewhere along the lines, I feel like I did. I must have been slipping. I left the door open for some of that, to occur in my life, show up in my life. But I know how to go to God and I'm like, okay, God, I messed up. I made a mistake. Please help me. And He does it how He sees fit, not how I see fit, or not the results that I want to see. But yeah. So I just I do. I want to continue to be at peace, maintain my peace. People that don't want to have that, people that's drama oriented, I want them to stay away from me. Steer clear, stay away from me, which is done quite a bit, quite a few people. People like to see drama stirred up in your life when things are going smooth for you, when you're good. Even when you content with little, when they might have more than you, you're a third, or you might have a little more. You know what I'm saying? You content. They feel like they gotta try to throw something in there. I'm fine with the growth, because some things have definitely caused me to just grow and not be stagnant, or at least to move a couple more little feet when I wasn't moving or whatever. And that's a good thing. That's where God works it for the good. But the way they meant it for something evil and just something trifling and conniving, and I'll just be like, y'all really out here living like that, man? That stuff not good. That's not cool. So, yeah, my household has definitely been affected with the removal of my child. And I still, don't feel I have the support, the person standing beside me that I desired and wanted or whatever. At one point in time, of course, it wasn't a specific person. At this point in time, it's no longer that person. I do have my sights set on someone else, but I don't have bad intentions. I don't want to do nothing wrong by somebody, but I know that, there's still some healing. There's still some things that I feel. And then, to me, it's not deep, because I ask God for healing, and that's one thing. God heals me, and He probably does it for others, but me personally, my healing experience, it's amazing. Like, I can't really explain it, but, you don't want to carry no baggage into another relationship or anything like that with anybody else. But basically, both my children's fathers I don't feel like they want to see me, definitely don't want to see me happy, don't want to see me prosper, don't want to see me move on with anybody else and actually be happy and it worked for me. Um, I, I don't feel like it's in their hands, but I feel like they have contributed to affecting and trying to sabotage and stop me from moving forward in that type of arena. Um, that's one of the main things I want out of life: family, that supportive person. And then I just feel like the rest will fall in line, whether it's college degrees, whether that's jobs, whether, whatever. But I never had that one person that stuck it out with me and just kept going and didn't jump off. And me being that loyal type of person to whoever I've dealt with, I don't just jump out. Now you have, if you do something to me and if you do it enough, or if you do it to a certain extreme that I say, okay, I got to go, I will. But I'm just not a disloyal person. That will not just try to stick it out with somebody, keep going or whatever, and see what the end is going to be. But yeah. So meanwhile, they can lay up with whoever they want to, or whatever the case may be. They can do what they want to do, I guess, or whatever, and basically try to enforce that I don't interfere or whatever. And for the most part, I don't. Like, I just be wanting to know what the heck going on. And most of the time, we have children, so it's like, if you're not seeing your kids, I have an issue with that. And this wasn't happening before. I have a problem with that. And I've been here before, whoever the person you're dealing with. And then, yeah, and then when you got my child around somebody, you don't introduce me to them, and you don't let me know what's going on, but I had to respect it. I don't like it. So, I'm not trying to control them, but I don't think it's right. I think it's crazy, the types of ways that they do stuff. They don't lead by good examples to me. They have some sparingly some good things about themselves or whatever, but I can barely talk about it, speak on it or whatever, because all of that other stuff just trumps all the negative outweighing the positive. So, I don't know if they can truly say the same about me. I doubt it, because I just haven't been this foul type of person, but probably could find something or whatever, and then with their perception, be able to call it that or try to make it that. And I just be like, okay, whatever. I be feeling like they be in denial. But yeah, have teamed up to even antagonize me seemingly together or whatever, when they ain't even like each other, you know what I'm saying? So that's the crazy thing. But one came complaining to me that the other one didn't dap him up in the strip club for one. Neither one of them should have been in the strip club anyway. But yeah, I seen him at the strip club. He wouldn't dap me up. You coming to tell me something like that for real? Like, and I tried to be understanding and just listening, hear it out. Like, really, honey? Because if I see yours up in the club, and you know what I'm saying, that person, I guess if we was already cool and that person was acting funny and didn't speak, but if y'all was never cool or anything, why would anybody expect somebody to dap them up? That, you know what I'm saying? You in the place where that person wanted to be. You got the person that he wanted to be with, or at least started out with. So, it makes sense. See, he's not feeling you. Move on. Like, you shouldn't be there anyway. You wouldn't have to worry about that. Should have been with your child, been at home. But, and then the other one, always insulting and calling him names and degrading and all of that, and I just be like, Lord, but what they could come together on is teaming up against me, and you know what I'm saying, basically coming against me. So I'm just like, wow, okay, well, I guess if that's what y'all can do, right, then go ahead. But yeah, hope that work out for you. And yeah, and like I say, the way it has affected me is a child has been removed from my house, and I haven't been able to interact. And then the other thing is, the other ones left the children here, which is not a problem. But why you want one of my children removed, but you didn't want to get yours? So something just don't add up when it comes to that. Mind you, I don't really want my children to go in a certain environment that this person been in, so I'm just not going to complain too deeply, but I'm just noticing and observing, like, you ain't make no effort to get yours, though. The effort that you made to get my daughter up out of here, don't appreciate it, don't like it, don't care for it. You're not even here, you're not even around, but you want my child removed out of the house? Part of me just really feels like it's because he contributes a little or whatever, and he may not want none of his money going to her. Okay, you can feel how you feel, but to me, she comes along with the package that you had already seen, witnessed, signed, I ain't gonna say signed up for, but seen for yourself. So, that's all I could think about, but I just want this headache to go away. Headache probably indications of, this whole thing that has been a headache to me, where they have just tried to bother with me, tamper with me, like, leave me alone, Lord forgive me, God said don't tell nobody to go to hell, but I'd be ready to be like, please, man. I do. I continue to pray for the disconnect from that other, to me, they considered third parties that I did not invite. I did not, welcome or anything like that. I, too, have been a party that another woman has not invited, or that unknowingly or whatever before when I was younger. And so, again, it goes back to reaping what you sow. I don't like it. I might have sown it, but I don't like reaping it. I just don't want no parts of that. So just patiently trusting God, but also just like, Lord, please, in the meantime and in between time, there's other things I could be doing. For real. Enjoying myself, and, and I'm thankful right now. Like I said, always peace. I enjoy peace that surpasses all understanding, but it's other things that I want to achieve, accomplish, things I just want to simply do, and no hassle and things like that. But I think I'm just gonna lay here in silence and be praying or whatever. But I just wanted to do a quick little video just regarding July 13th, a day shy of July 13th. Is there anything else I need to add? Oh yeah, the person put their hands on me. They, I don't like when somebody press charges on somebody and then they don't, but you need to press charges on yourself, because you basically tried to assault me and other things. But, put their hands on me and stuff like that. But saying, oh, your children are welcomed over here, but you're putting your hands on me. Why are you putting your hands on me? For one, I haven't interfered with your household and with the dude being over here, nothing like that. If I did interact with him, it's because he came to me or, bothered with me, which to me is like rightfully so. It was. As far as now, I'm not even checking for him, but yes, see, these females be thinking they could put their hands on me because he be still having a thing for me, or either they think that he still have a thing for me, or whatever the case may be. But you steady trying to invite my children over, and like, some don't add up. Your motives ain't right. How are you putting your hand? That's like, I wouldn't put my hands on, unless you did something to me, but I'm not putting my hands on somebody that I'm telling, oh yeah, your child can come over here. Like, how does that even make sense? How am I? If I don't feel safe with you, why do I feel safe leaving my kids with you? So that's the thing that definitely pisses me off and burns me up about that whole thing. Like, you keep on and kept on asking for like, this person literally begged for and asked for my kids every time. And like, that leaves a very bad taste in my mouth. It's disgusting. It makes me want to spit right now. Like, it's, ugh. Yes, throw up. But, like, of course, that made me want to tag you for real. Other than that, not about no penis, not about no, you know what I'm saying? We didn't share the same penis or whatever. It's not about that. That's on that person who's throwing dick everywhere. But when it comes to my children, I just be feeling like, no, wait a minute now. Now, I don't know what kind of desire you have for my kids, but it seems like to me, it's an unhealthy desire. And I don't appreciate it. It's I'm trying to replace you type of desire, and I'm trying to become and be you. Absolutely not. You need to be yourself and do what you do. Pull a nigga that you pull, being yourself. And to be honest, he been over there with her for, I guess, as far as I last knew or whatever, this whole time. That's been 3 years. So, honey, evidently you must be doing something right, or whatever the case may be. But, or maybe it's just because the person that you deal with is a user and, like they once told me, knows how to adapt. which is very, very crazy and creepy. But yeah. Ooh, and I seen some creepy images earlier, and about creeped myself out just now. But yeah, it's a creepy person, and it's like just ugh. Mm. So yeah, because if I had my man coming home to me and being there with me, and he ain't getting it, I don't want to go that deep because it'd be too deep for some people. But um, mm, I ain't gonna go that far. 'Cause, yeah, people gonna feel like I went off the deep end or whatever. But anyway, if I'm with somebody and your ex or your whatever, your children, other parent is not interfering with our household, I'm loving it. That's just me. Feel how you want to feel or whatever. And that's one thing about me. I ain't interfere with nothing. I was doing what I was used to doing, and and didn't get a new memo until later. And when I got a memo, I got it. Oh, I got it the harsh way. Nobody wanted to inform me and tell me anything. Everybody wanted to keep me in the dark about things. So, and I mean, I thought it was because she would be too heartbroken. This, that, and the third. But no, I don't know. It's some other reason. It's a bunch of sinister type stuff that be going on. That's why I was like, I don't want no parts. And still to this day, I don't want no parts of that. And I might have said it in this earlier video or another video. I don't really wish this person well. I don't wish bad on them, but I don't wish this person well. Or I'm not at the point where I can wish this person well. Because it was just so much damage done. And it has yet to, in my eyes, be cleaned up and definitely be repented of by the person, be apologized for anything. This person just continued on like they never did anything or whatever. But I don't hold a grudge. I just remember, hey, that's what you did. That's what you chose. Rarely do I be feeling any type of way or be in my feelings about it now. I was, a couple months ago, even up to probably about 6 or 7 months ago, before the whole incident, the time that I spent in a jail cell occurred. Probably was still in my feelings or whatever, and just needed to snap out, and still hoping and wishing and all of that stuff. But it's just so funny to me that even my daughter's father could have a hand in that. I don't get it. Have a hand in basically trying to shape and mold my relationship with this person and all types of other stuff. And then I don't know, man, it's been crazy. That's all I can say. Like, I really somehow, some way got connected or connected myself to some people that got a lot of corruption with them and try to corrupt me as well and pull me into the madness. And oh my God, if I'd have known better, I would have did better. At one point in time, I thought and felt and believed I was doing better with this, my last involvement. But that thing got ugly. It took an ugly twist. So, and maybe it's just me who's just naive and just, and inexperienced in a lot of stuff. Because when I get with somebody, I try to be loyal and stick with that person for the long run. That's what I, quote unquote, pride myself in. Not arrogance or anything like that, but just confident in the fact that I can be loyal, I can stick with you for the long run or whatever. Especially if it's a male, because I'm not attracted to females. And I did find that my, I don't even want to call them friendships, but the females that I associated with, they probably lasted a little shorter than my relationships that I had with the opposite sex. So, it is what it is. But yeah. Yeah, them boys teamed up against me. Started going in on me. And I guess, when two people know you somewhat, I don't want to say well, but somewhat, and know things about you or whatever, they can come together and try to do it. And I just felt like, dang, it's my kids is the main focus. Y'all want me to focus on something else because that's what y'all be doing. But y'all are not me. I'm still an individual. I still got my own mind. So if I don't want to focus on the things that y'all want me to, you can't make me. And so basically, they rather me, because I don't do what they want me to do. They probably rather me not exist, not be here, whatever the case may be. But just more, just some. Well, one of them will say it. One of them won't necessarily say it. Well, I don't know. They both be saying it. They don't mind. um, with actions and words. But yeah, what was I gonna say too? But knowing that I'm focused on my children and I'm doing well with them, I'm doing especially the best that I can, given the resources that y'all left me with little to none, if any, and then y'all don't leave me with no help, no support, and then y'all go sit around and talk about me and listen to other people about me and have conversations about me and stuff like that. Yep, that's what I've been dealing with. So some can read between the lines and all that, It's been chaotic. I just trust and pray that God will give me a way of escape continuously regarding the enemy trying to pounce on me and enter into my life and stuff like that. But, let it be done according to God's will. I don't know what God's will is. I don't know what tomorrow brings. I don't know. I hope for the best. I want a wonderful outcome. Like I said, seemingly they off enjoying their life. One of them got a child out of my house and, withholding her and all this other stuff. But, yeah. Anyway, before I go deep and start feeling aggravated and frustrated and wanting to say something ugly, I'm pretty much done. Probably should have been done like 10-15 minutes ago, but I'm done. So, I'm out till the next time.